Good morning, everyone. So we appreciate everyone that has made their way to the sanctuary. And whether you're here for the first time or you're joining us again, please know that we want you to hear this. We're here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. We long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. We're here to remind you how much you're truly loved. Now we're going to do a little Michael Gott for you, if you know him. He's from Texas now. Here we go. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. We love the rain we've been having lately. Sweet rain that washes me clean. Sweet rain that washes me clean. The mind creates all things, into my life it brings. Sweet rain that washes me clean. Herbert, everyone. All that I need comes to me. 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 Light of love and grace. Light of love and grace. Shines upon my face. Shines upon me. All that I need comes to me. Things into my life it brings. All that I need comes to me. Thank you.
Here at Unity on the Avenue, we are a radically inclusive community that welcomes all people, all gender identities, and all relational orientations. Wherever you are on your path, including those not on a faith path, you are blessed, you are loved, you are lovable, and you are welcome here. We have announcements for upcoming classes and events. You can go to the websites or the email if you are on the list and check the newsletter for details, or feel free to take pictures of the slide. Join us for our snack and chat after the services in the courtyard or downstairs. Gather and share light refreshments provided. Please come and have a chat with us. The 2021 Unity Worldwide Ministry theme for the 28th Annual World Day of Prayer is All Is Well With My Soul. Members and friends of the community are invited to join the prayer chaplains as they unite in mind and spirit with people around the world for a time of prayer and reflection. Thursday, September 9th at 11 a.m. The chaplains will begin by holding sacred space in the church sanctuary. You can add names to the prayer list on forms here at the back table. Chaplains will receive prayers, and the names on the lists will be read in the prayer circle on September 9th at 11 a.m. On Saturday, September 11th, we're having an omni-denominational remembrance event. Can you believe it's already been 20 years since that life-changing day? It will be here in the sanctuary from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Spiritual leaders, Reverend Dr. David, will be here, Reverend Christina Jones and Reverend Zamira. Speakers from professions affected by it, such as commercial pilots, flight attendants, as well as a firefighter and a law enforcement official. Special music by Maylin, Kent, and a bagpipe on the Labyrinth are intended to move your soul and lift us all. The 43rd Annual Park Hill Home Tour and Street Fair is September 12th. We will have a booth. Want to volunteer to be part of it? Contact Joan, and you should find that information on the email on the slide. Gong Bath with Greg Wilkins is the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays. Next one will be September 14th, and the next after that is the 28th of September. Now, Reverend Dr. Dave Goldberg will speak to us about Spirit Expressing 2021.
Thank you. Well, good morning and welcome. Yes, we're very excited for our Spirit Expressing program. We're going to be launching that in 2 weeks. We've been talking about it for a number of weeks now. We were signing up facilitators and hosts, and now we're moving into the next phase, and participants can sign up as well. So we have a flyer for you in the back of the sanctuary. We have 3 of our 4 class facilitators here. So if I could ask Melissa to stand, she's going to be hosting the Wednesday night group. Yes. And if I could ask you, Stain and Rick, to stand, they're going to be hosting the Thursday morning group. So we're very excited. We moved everything online because of a number of considerations. And this is the book, Ask and It Is Given, by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And I would like to offer that to one of our first-time guests, Kathy. Now all you have to do is sign up for the class. And we have these 45-page workbooks that the facilitators are going to be working through the process with you as part of the online class. There is no cost for the class. We humbly accept your love offerings. So if you're planning to sign up, you can grab a book today. We can send you a PDF copy. We're trying to meet you wherever you'd like to be so you can join in this wonderful class with us. So all you have to do today is sign up either for Wednesday night from 6:30 to 8 for 7 weeks, or Thursday morning from 10 to 11:30 for 7 weeks. It's going to be a powerful personal growth experience as well as a wonderful growth opportunity for our entire community. Spirit Expressing, ask and it is given. Thank you.
We are anchored in prayer here at Unity on the Avenue. Our prayer chaplain today is Penny Ware. She will lead us with our statement of faith and our prayer reading.
Good morning. Would you please join me in our prayer of faith? Together, there is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God, good, omnipotent. So with that statement of faith, let us focus
on the presence and power that is within us. At this time, I invite you to just allow yourself to relax. Let the seat support you, and allow this prayer to resonate with you at your core. So just take in a deep breath and exhale. With each inhalation and exhalation, feel the peace and the calm, the power and the presence. No matter what is happening on this planet, I always have the power to choose my attitude and how I will respond to the news at any given time or any given circumstances. We have to look above the appearances to know that the amount of suffering going on in the world is just that we have a divine connection, and we focus on that connection because we behold the spiritual truth that there is only one presence and one power. Yes, we recognize that there are oppressed and desperate people trying to get out of Afghanistan, and some of them cannot. The Haitians are recovering from devastating hurricane. There are people in Louisiana, New York, and New Jersey who have endured the viciousness of Hurricane Ida. The flood victims in Mississippi and Louisiana, and the fire victims in California are struggling to clean up. We are all connected. There is a divine presence and power. There are so many situations that are heartbreaking, but just know that the power of my prayer comforts all who are suffering. My prayers give me strength, and they deepen my faith. My power of faith helps me believe those who I hold in prayer are abundantly blessed because we are connected. Through my prayers, Spirit gives me guidance and direction to do whatever I need to do. Dear God, we know you know who they are. Those who cower in terror, trying to protect the loved ones and fearing for their lives. Those crying out. Those who are praying. Those who are feeling helpless. And those who suffer in silence. We are divinely connected. Work miracles for them all. You are in the midst of everything. You are the presence and the power. So I am committed to beholding their divinity no matter what the situation, no matter what the challenge. I see in each person their humanity clearly, because there is so much more than circumstances and situation. Bring comfort to those who need it now. Send your angels to bring them peace. Please use me where I can help. In and through the Christ presence, we give thanks and know this to be true, that there is only one presence and power in the universe, and so it is. Amen.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I feel glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. All right, next we're going to do a song. If you were here yesterday, we actually did a concert in the courtyard. And we started off with this one, so we're going to do On a Clear Day. On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star. You feel part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you've never heard before. On a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever and evermore. Herbert, everyone. And Ron Bland. On the clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On that clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines each and every star. You feel part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you've never ever heard before. On a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever and ever.
Outstanding. Maylin, Brandy, Ron, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, good afternoon once again. My name is Reverend Dr. David Goldberg, and on behalf of the entire Unity on the Avenue community, thank you for being here today. What a glorious day we have here in our beautiful Colorado. It's the official last day of summer, it's Labor Day weekend, it's the Cherry Creek Arts Festival, and of course it's the Sunday service at Unity on the Avenue. So all things are perfect, as was already so beautifully expressed. If you're with us in the sanctuary, if you're listening outside on the labyrinth, in our courtyard, if you're watching online at a time that's perfect for you, we bless you and we welcome you in your experience and your connection with us, because we know that time and space are human constructs. So however we choose to connect, wherever we choose to connect, we know that it's perfect. And speaking about music, like many, if not all of you, it just speaks to my soul. And there was something that was earth-shattering, in my humble opinion, in the world of music this past week. Remember the Swedish band ABBA? They released their first new song in 40 years. Who knew? And as part of their announcement event, they had more than 200,000 people participate. 40 years later, God love them. Whatever they're doing in Sweden, it's working. So what we're going to talk about today is we're talking about prosperity and abundance. And that is an underpinning of what we do. It's an underpinning of one of the principles of unity. It's an underpinning of new thought that resonates with so many of us. We're always thinking about prosperity. We're always working the principles. We're always talking about abundance. And today felt like a great day to focus specifically on prosperity. So what does that look like? Often in conversations, again, like many of you, people will say, Dr. D, I feel really good in my professional life. I love my new job, or I love my job that I've been at for 32 years. And my personal life, a little iffy at best. I want to call in that perfect partner. I want to call in that perfect mate. Or I will hear my spiritual life is going awesome. And we're heading into the holidays. And I'm a little leery about spending Thanksgiving with, that weird uncle. Well, being the weird uncle, I can share with you that it's all going to be okay. And what we're going to talk about is prosperity in the widest possible sense, right? Of course, when we think about prosperity, we think about money. And that's good. That's very good. That's absolutely okay and necessary, because money is God in action, right? So when we are thinking about that, we're simply praying in a different way. We're simply tapping into that energy of the universe. So some folks have an internal conversation, something about, I can't pray about money, I can't talk about money, that's not what God is for. Well, my friends, I invite you to change your construct. That's absolutely who and what God is. Money is God in action. So if we can't talk about it, how are we going to call it in, and how are we going to experience it and express it? So we're looking at the broadest possible definition of prosperity. Yes, of course, we're talking about money. Yes, we're talking about relationship, primary or familial. Yes, we're talking about spiritual practice. Yes, we're talking about how we show up in the world, in the work that we do as individuals, as well as in a community. Because you see, that is what we know after coming together in spiritual community, that 1 + 1 is so much greater than 2. When we're talking energy and raising the energy on the planet. So yesterday, several of our beloved board members, a number of congregants who have been with us a long time, and some who are new to our community, gathered to record some videos that we're going to be sharing a little bit later. And one of the great conversations that we were having with one of our stellar board members and volunteers, Mark Moyle, is the question around volunteering and what do we step into, and what are the different ways that we can give, and what does that look like? And so However you give is perfect for you. And we bless you in that experience. Some offer their time, some offer their talent, some offer their treasure, some offer all of the above. And it's good, and we bless you, and we are grateful for that. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about prosperity, is we're casting the widest possible net. So the good news is, whatever your personal definition is perfect, right? And we're going to invite you into the space of just increasing or expanding your definition just a little bit. And the other thing that we were talking about with Mark is our love of acronyms. And so today, Ministry School 101, I will share with you the acronym of, guess what? ABBA, of course. What a natural and great fit. And so we'll be talking about prosperity through the lens of ABBA. And I did not know this, but that is the first initial of the 4 members who make up the group. And that's why it's in all capital letters as well for the grammarians in the crowd. And if my Swedish was any better, I would share their first names with you, but perhaps that's something I can work toward. So as we move into our conversation in prosperity then, the first A, where we start in that process, is ask, right? And that's sometimes another thing that we have challenges with. Oh, I can't. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, I feel bad. No. As spiritual beings having this human experience, we get to create with the divine. So I don't know about you, as much as I would like to sometimes, I don't go into a restaurant and say, oh, 1 of everything on the right and 2 of everything on the left, and bring me what you think is good. No. I stand in my power. I stand in what I know to be true. I stand in what I like and love. And I say, I would love this and this and this and this, right? And that is the same process as we co-create with our own understanding of the divine. So the first part of that is we have to ask. We have to do our part. We can't just stand here and say, I know that I'm a child of God and God is going to do perfect things with me and for me. All of that is true. And we also have free will, thus the co-creation piece. So what are we asking? What are we asking as individuals, and what are we asking as a community? I will share with you during the past year and a half that we all experienced, the leadership here at Unity on the Avenue was very clear in what we were asking and what we were putting forth. We said we would love our building to be used. We would love to be a gathering place in our community. It was that simple, and it was that profound. We asked Spirit to use us in the highest and best, right? So guess what? We have a beautiful community that we're sharing our space with on Sunday morning. We have a meditation group that meets in our sanctuary on Monday night or Tuesday night. And we have our gong bath twice a month that we brought back that resonates with so many people. We have an AA group that is happy to meet here and be a part of our space on Wednesdays. The Daughters of the American Revolution meet and use our space. And we just reached an agreement with another wonderful organization called Whiz Kids that works with Smith Elementary right down the street that provides one-on-one mentoring with giant souls with short legs who need help in math and reading. So they're going to be here every Tuesday night through the end of the year. You see, we didn't say we want groups that are exactly like ours, that believe the exact same way that we do, because our way is the only way, and that's what we want to promulgate in the world. No, we said we want our space to be used, because a building is just a building until it's inhabited. So I honor and salute the leadership of this beautiful community that says, use us for the highest and best Spirit. And I offer that to you for what that is worth on your personal journey. How are you connecting with your interpretation of the divine? What are you asking? What are you ordering from the menu of the endless list of God qualities? So first we ask. And what's the B? What's the first B? It's believe. We know that to be true. We've got to believe it before we can receive it, right? And so that is what we are stepping into as a community as well. So when we put it out there, Louise Hay would say, act as if it's already done. Other teachings would say, act as if it has already come true. Another song by our dear friend Michael Gott, that's one of the lyrics. Act as if it's already come true. You've got to believe what you're asking for, you see. You've got to believe what you're putting forth. And that is where our faith tradition plays such a powerful role, and our extraordinary chaplain prayer partners. And that is why we're participating in the Unity World Day of Prayer on Thursday morning, because we believe in the power of prayer. So as was already highlighted, if you would like prayer for yourself or anyone in your circle or anyone on the planet, please take a flyer, add some names to them, to the flyer, and return it to any of our chaplains or return it to me, and we'll make sure that those beloved beings are prayed for during the World Day of Prayer. Now, we specifically chose to do those as individual pieces of paper to maintain confidentiality. We didn't want to have a whole list where 17 people could write in 4 names. Well, I love you and adore you, and maybe I don't want you praying for me. So we want to acknowledge everybody's confidentiality in that process. So that is the believe piece, right? And as we move into this season, and yes, the holidays are going to be upon us in no time, we have to believe. Whatever we believe, we have to believe it with passion and with power. So first we ask, then we believe. What is the second B, since we're working with Abba today? The second B is be. Oftentimes I will hear from people, David, I think I believe in prayer, or I used to believe in prayer when I was part of this tradition, right? Fill in the tradition that done you wrong growing up. When I was one of those, one of the things I liked was prayer. We prayed and we had a process, and that felt good to me. But as a young adult or as an adult, when I prayed, more often than not, I really felt like my prayers were not answered. And I would share with these beloveds that my experience has been the opposite. When I pray, when I engage in my spiritual work, whatever your terminology for that, I absolutely believe that every single one of my prayers is answered. Now, sometimes it's answered in a different form, because I always include this or something better. And to be clear, I'm not intending to direct the divine. Heavens no, I am humble in my smallness. When I say this or something better, I am reminding myself that what is coming in may be well beyond whatever I could imagine, right? So if I'm praying for myself or for Rick or for our family or for our community, I will always say this or something better, with the intention of being open at the top so Spirit can provide whatever Spirit chooses to provide, not whatever David with his limited human mind might be thinking. So just be. It has also been said that when we pray, we are asking. Some would say beseeching, either for ourselves or for our loved ones or for our planet. And when we meditate, that's when we quiet the mind to receive the answer. So if you've ever been in that space, as I have been, where you're thinking, Charles and Myrtle were awesome, and I love the 5-step process, and I love the 7-step process, and I love the 11-step process. Anybody who created a process around prayer, I'm all over it. And I don't think that prayer was answered. I invite you to take a step back and ask what else might be true. How might that prayer have been answered in a way that serves you so much better that your human mind couldn't even think about? I also have conversations with folks around meditation and quieting the mind. And I bet there's more than one person in our room today who would say, meditation is a challenge for me. I can't sit still that long. I have a monkey mind. I have too much to do. I do other activities. Yes, 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 and yes. All of that is true. You are not a bad human because you can't sit on a meditation cushion for 3 hours. What I do invite you to consider is meditation is not necessarily being still, because when we're walking outdoors, when we're walking in the mountains, when we're on a hike, when we're walking along a stream, when we're playing with our dog, when we're having dinner with someone who just lost a beloved spouse, we are not sitting quietly. We are engaged, and yet we are still in meditation. Does that make sense? Meditation does not mean stop everything you're doing, right? So I'm just inviting you to give yourself a break. If Rick really enjoys listening to Abraham Hicks, YouTube and audio, and it feeds his soul, and it keeps his vibration extraordinarily high. When he is doing that, sometimes he's dancing down the stairs, sometimes he's taking Terry on a walk. And yet, in my humble opinion, that is still meditation because he is engaged, right? So where are you being in your life? I'm not saying, for many of us, it is unplugging from electronics or taking a Facebook break or off the computer or having a computer that died, and thank you, God, for that experience. Just expand your definition of being. Take it a little bit easier with yourself. So, okay, now we're on step 4. We ask, we believe, we be, and then what? What is the A? What is the final A? We have to accept. There's another beautiful song that May Lynn knows and performs so well by another artist friend of ours. I am ready to receive. Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive all of the gifts of the universe? In preparation for my talk, I was doing some reading and read a story of a minister who puts himself in conversation with the prophets to help him make his point. And I loved this one. He was in conversation with St. Gabriel, and St. Gabriel was giving him a tour of heaven, and it was just extraordinary. For those who believe in heaven, whatever is in your imagination, multiply that times 1,000, and it was just beyond our human comprehension. And they went walking by this one massive room, and the minister looks in, and it is Christmas times 1,000,000. All of these beautifully wrapped gifts, big and small and clear up to the ceiling and beyond, and it was just beyond his human scope. And the minister said, "What is in that room?" And St. Gabriel said, "These are the gifts that people have asked for that they have not come to collect." Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive that new relationship? Are you ready to receive that raise? Are you ready to receive that unexpected income? I have no idea where it came from. And thank you, Spirit. Are you ready to receive good health? Are you ready to receive stepping into spiritual community in a bigger way, whatever that looks like for you. That was a year-long meditation for me several years ago, that I am ready to receive. And I didn't get specific with it. I contradicted what I just said earlier about what am I ready to receive. And I am grateful that it came in so many ways very different from what my human mind anticipated. And I felt as though I was doing my work. I was doing my part in being open and ready to receive, right? So are you ready to receive? And then, let's go back to the beginning. How does that inform what you're asking for? What are you calling into your life? And the other thing is, we can only know what we know. So, those are the things that people come for prayer around the most: relationship and finances and family and health. And if one of those areas or more are in your consciousness, that is perfect. And the more you can drill down, the more specific you can become in that ask, the more clear Spirit will be able to support you and help you. So be as specific as you can. There is something to be said for specificity. When my late partner made his transition after we were together 18 years, died suddenly of a heart attack. And 6 or 8 years later, I felt like I was ready for a new relationship. And so I was working on my affirmation. And I was working on it, and I was writing it, and I was praying about it, and I was speaking it. And I reached out to my dear friend and mentor, who many of you know. She has been on this platform, Reverend Cynthia James. She was coming over to my house for a meeting on another topic with another group of folks. And I was so happy to see her. And I said, "Cynthia, I want to share my relationship affirmation with you." She says, "Great, honey. What do you got?" I said, "I am calling in the perfect mate for me. I want somebody who is gorgeous and glorious and spiritually aligned and healthy and compassionate and funny and understands me so I can understand him." And I just went on and on and on and on. And she just kind of, as only Cynthia can do, and she said, "So what's the problem?" And I said, "I don't want to limit Spirit," right? My meditation was so long because I didn't want to forget anything. This person had to have all of this stuff, otherwise it was a deal breaker. And again, she said, "Honey, you're powerful. You're not that powerful. You can't limit Spirit." And I'm like, "Okay." And not that much later, my beloved appeared. And I'm so grateful for Cynthia, and I'm so grateful for Rick. So what are you asking for? What are you putting out into the universe? What is the energy that you're bringing to it? How are you believing in yourself? How are you believing in your prayer, in your statement? And are you comfortable with it? Can you try it on? Can you just be with it? What does this new relationship feel like? What does good health feel like? What does having a back that doesn't hurt or a hip that works like it did 20 years ago feel like? That's the other thing that Abraham Hicks tells us. Feel it so you can attract it. And then finally, are you ready to accept all that you are asking for? And what Scripture tells us in this and so many circumstances is this or something better, right? Please join me in prayer. How good it is to be in a place where we are so supported by the spoken word, the written word, the sung word, and so supported in all of our communication. And what I ask for myself and for all of us is that, please, Spirit, communicate with us in a language that we can understand. It's not that our prayers aren't answered, it's just that sometimes I don't understand the messages. So I offer that on everyone's behalf. And I know that as we continue to fine-tune our physical existence, as we step into our greater yet to be, as we claim a different kind of perfection and beauty and grace tomorrow, that we are in that place of excellent and perfect co-creation with the divine. Because I know what I need better than anybody. And the one power, the one presence that I choose to call God is ready, willing, and able to provide that with me and for me, along with me. So I say yes. I say yes to asking. I say yes to believing. I say yes to being in the request. And I say yes to accepting all of the good that the Father has in store for me. And I know that all within the sound of my voice are absolutely in alignment with all of these principles: to ask, to believe, to be, and to accept. I know it to be good. I know it to be strong. I know it to be powerful. It is divinely inspired and divinely appointed, and it is ours for the asking. So I say thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this enlightenment. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this conscious connection. Thank you for this knowing. And I release. I simply release. I let go. I allow it to be. I know all is well. And together we say, and so it is, and so I am, and so we are. Yes. Ask, believe, be, and accept. And now, my friends, it is our opportunity to participate in conscious giving, where we support where we are spiritually fed. And we are so blessed to have people who provide offerings on so many levels, again, of time, of talent, of treasure. Wherever you are on your journey, you are welcome and you are blessed, and we are so grateful to have you. And please do hold that gift or tithe or offering over your heart as we repeat our blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I'm in my spiral of becoming the me I know I am, remembering more my own truths each day. I am worthy of and grateful for all that I have, each and every step along my way. And I look for the gifts in every situation, no matter how painful they may seem. And for the joyful times, I graciously embrace them with love and allow myself to be. This light deep within me is the divine and shines through everything I am. Being wise and grateful, growing each day into more of the divine I know I am. And you know I look for the gifts in every situation. situation, no matter how painful they may seem, and for the joyful times I graciously embrace them with love and allow myself to be, because each day is a gift. That's why it's called the present, and it's exactly where I'm meant to be. In my spiral of becoming, me I know I am, remembering more of my own truths each day. I am worthy of and grateful for all that I have, each and every step along my way. And you know I look for the gifts in every situation, no matter how painful they may seem, and for the joyful times I graciously embrace them with love and allow myself to be. I'm in my spiral of becoming. I'm in my spiral of becoming. I'm in my spiral of becoming.
Thank you, thank you. What a blessing. And we know that to be true. We are in the spiral of becoming. Just to highlight some of our announcements, oh my goodness, what a busy week at Unity on the Avenue. We have our World Day of Prayer on Thursday. Join us, join our beautiful chaplains and be a part of that if you choose. Submit names for the prayer lists. There are lists at the back of the sanctuary. We have our 9/11 Remembrance Service, 9 a.m. next Saturday. A powerful group, a Sufi minister, a Christian minister. That is the omni-denominational part that we so appreciate. Wonderful music led by Mei Lin, joined by Kent, and a bagpiper, to be sure, who's going to be outside. We love bagpipes, and for some, they're an acquired taste. And we are so grateful for that powerful day. And then next Sunday, oh my goodness, please, please, please be with us. Again, Mei Lin and our amazing music team. Denise Rosier is our guest musician. She is an extraordinary vocalist, wonderful speaker, powerful new thought minister in her own right. We also are going to be having our new member class next Sunday afternoon at 1:30. It's an hour and a half. I humbly suggest it's 90 minutes well spent. We'll talk a little bit about unity. We'll answer some questions, and we'll take it from there. And then we're also going to have a booth staffed by our board of directors at the Park Hill Street Fair. So you have flyers on all of this information. For those of you who live in the neighborhood, we also have an ad. We're back in the Park Hill newspaper, so please take a look for that ad in the paper as well. A lot going on. We bless you, we love you, we honor you. We do this for you, and we could not do this without you. For those of you with us for the first time, we love you. You are blessed. We look forward to continuing the conversation as to how we might support you on your spiritual journey. And if you would please, we always offer a blessing for the children of our community as well as the children of the world. Let's rub our hands together to get that energy flowing. All together if we could. You are loved, special, and important. We see you and bless the divine being that you are. And finally, our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go in power. Go in peace.